deal. Like I said, it's Children's Day, celebrating children all over the world, children and childhood, and a reminder for adults to cherish their own memories of youth, while also nurturing and supporting the younger generation. This year's theme is for every child, every right. So our guest for today is Hajara Al-Hassan. Hajara Tenat has become a prominent figure in the media landscape. At the forefront of our achievement is the establishment of the Women Entrepreneurs Fair, an initiative dedicated to empowering and encourage women. Today, having me. Thank you for coming. I particularly in women. She'll tell us more anyway. But before we jump on that,
is part of the child. It's something you can't take. They constantly want to know more. No matter how much you tell them, they keep coming with more questions.
Right.
So one of the ways in which you can handle it is by trying to make sure that whatever it is they are trying to know about, you try to balance the information.
Okay.
Like you let them know what it is holistically in terms of the goods, the bads, the do's and the don'ts.
Okay. So how do you think parents should handle kids of 21st century? Because they want to sleep. Exactly. So how do you...
They know what they want, when they want. In fact, sometimes they would even want to tell you they know how to get what they want. So one of the ways you can handle this type of mindset is always ensuring that you explain to these children the importance of them embracing, always have the best interest of you in their hearts. Right. And then as a parent, if you always let these children have their way, in the sense that and they're like, no, I don't want that, to ensure that you let them know the importance of everything at a time, the importance of them eating the kind of meal they're supposed to eat, the importance of them not always being on the screen watching TV or on the tablet, because in this eye deficiency called digital eyesight, I wonder what is going to happen in the nearest future, because these kids are always indulging when to eat, when to sleep.
Now, because we know that them when they're out of the house with us. Now, how do you filter the people they relate with in terms of friends?
A child of 7 to maybe problem is with the teenagers. You see, the care is not taken. When you're your child's best friend, they will not be able to hide anything from you. Whatever it is they are doing, curiously or consciously or something, if they are very close to you, they will find it difficult to do something out of the ordinary. So that way you'll be able to track what they are doing, who they are with, whether you're
okay, then it's right. So about parents,
on the contrary, I had a very, very close relationship.
Wow, that's a few.
Exactly, that's a few.
Let me say something. You see, when I used to talk about my boyfriend, I was the kind of child that was very close to both my parents. Even my dad would sometimes tell my older siblings, please take me and my younger sister, you stick to him and know what he wants to do, go to wherever he's going, asking him everything. So I was very close to my mom.
I remember I didn't grow up with a love letter that I didn't get to see, but my younger brother saw it. I can never forget this incident because my younger brother got to see it and went to snitch on me. I remember my mom, she cannot miss it. She's trying to story something. Relationship with your mom that you could interact on a very intimate level with her because of those kind of conversations. Now, but I'm sure you've heard of people who says, oh, I couldn't talk to my mom about this, I couldn't talk to my mom about that. My mom is very... I have seen people that said, we are meant to be your parents, not your friend. Because when you're not open to them...
exist as an island. So if you... The thing is, you have a lot of living with us, and there are about things that are privileged against our own plan and plot. Throw a party and we'll support them and family house, and the parents are living, it will be just the kids. My brothers used to throw a party because then growing up they had all these stereo speakers that are big as right. So they would throw a party as the slightest instance. I was about 9 that time, where they
have their plans,
and not like a party that people are going on picnics. Parties, people were wearing bomb shirts. Wow! That was the time I was seeing ladies out of the house in bomb shirts. Wow! my cousins and my sister that was getting married was wearing. I was like, really?
That's interesting.
Talking about, I had a whole lot of
Aisha.
that thing, not the liquid when you were in boarding school, so she could afford that room that you can see everything that is happening at the gates. So she made sure that one of my brothers helped her, off that line.
Yeah.
He was able to do that. And my dad was in she literally but she was angry. You can imagine she crawled from the gate back inside to come. But then we find it very difficult these days, like in recent days, like schools. We know that children, growing up, our schools will have activities. Yes, a lot of it. Art theater.
Not necessarily meet children.
Right.
Actually, the Nigerian educational system failed when much private school owned. These are books. Even the exercise books that we write, these books comes customized with the name of your school. You also have textbooks, even as it was 96 or so. But I don't know, the school system derailed while a lot of private schools started opening. The government continued.
Remember, even while in drama, everybody was coming out in their best clothes. Just have kids that know everything, sit down and recall some interesting things and laugh. I don't think we have that now.
Children's Day, we always also used to enjoy the 1st October celebration. We have lost it. It's always something we have followed. Like these, sometimes you wonder. Sometimes even the Westerners
can achieve this. I mean, with the is taking over almost everything
to grow back. I know that no matter what and I want.
That's with parents. Now we're back on course. Because today is just all about the kids, so we're celebrating them. How do you deal with yes/nos from kids have favorites among parents?
Earlier I told you need to make your children understand every aspect holistically, open with your children, and you make them understand.
You're listening to Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja on the program Romance 979205. Today is Saga Al-Hassan right here in the studio, and yes, we are talking about children. We are celebrating children. You can call us and give us your own contribution on today's topic. Okay, so can we talk about Utu? Good afternoon. Who do you have on the line? Good afternoon. Who do you have on the line?
One of you,
happy
lives or not, this is Happy Children's Day. The internet, then there is an issue with other caregivers, and that is why you then realize the parents and children, where they're growing up, I have no even and so forth. We know they are connected the point of duty to, and so forth. We know they are connected the point of duty to, and have this cordial relation becomes better for it. But when the children are able to begin to hide things from parents, it falls back on the society in the long run. Because if you catch a child for doing wrong outside, you cannot hold the parent because the parent never knew what the child was doing. It's something that going back to bring it in, because on those kind of these days, there are those who cannot afford it. Just because we need our political leaders to equally tradition.
Just said that. Just said that. Your neighbors
even decide to take things too far in the sense that they are forgetting when a neighbor can. But I don't think that is to want you to talk was standing for that child. Do you know that anybody that wants to talk to that child was standing for that child? Do you know that anybody that wants to talk to that child, he will say no, nobody should talk to that child like that. I don't know whatever his reasons are, but
misbehave to the older one, and the older one tries to correct her. You could see the mom saying, "Don't touch my tongue, don't touch my daughter." Even among siblings, you are not allowed to correct your younger one. So which is actually very wrong. We're hoping that parents are listening and they could one way or the other trying to improve on these places that they're making all of these mistakes.
And then let's talk about bullying in schools, because these are what the children experience these days, bullying in school. I know that some children find it difficult to come back and tell their parents.
Actually, when I'm raising children and adults, they are made to just things happening between them. I tell me they are in students corner, they are in students corner, whatever. I beat somebody,
which is normal within kids.
Which is very normal. And me, I tell them hit back
before you go and report.
Yes, now.
So that when you report
in fact, all I have.
So that when you report
in fact, all I have about 53 nieces and nephews. I don't think any of them will be bullied in school.
If you hold Children's Day gathering, you are doing
siblings, but we have children that are 53 and counting.
Wow. You can invite us for Children's Day.
The ones that
just
what parents need to do is confidence. Nobody will do them. What parents need to do is confidence. Nobody will do them. Because if you break
when we come back, the program Women's Corner continues on City. The program Women's Corner continues on City.
Till we get our assignments.
Asa, do you want to sing?
No, I know you're waiting for me to sing. I said this whole week, Aisha is going to be the one to be doing everything.
To do all of these things, they do like it. That's just of child upbringing in terms of, basically everything that has to do with children. So that's what we are discussing today. And we have Hajara Musaga Al Hassan right here in the studio.
Okay, more business so much, and I'm proud of the team and what we have been doing. Because so far back in my state, Niger State, we have impacted over 500 women.
That's a lot.
Yes. Nice. So the initiative is actually inspired by women I admire so much, in the sense that there was time we sit and with some women that are also from Niger State to talk about, we don't even hold business classes, to discussion around entrepreneurship. So that was what inspired and battered the Women Entrepreneurs Fair, and it has been 5 years. We thank God we have been doing conferences, exhibitions, discussions, and raise funds for women. Yeah. So, and as we are growing the initiative, this June, we are going to be having the first Women Entrepreneurs Fair at Abuja.
Wow. We will be there.
But of course, that is going to be a paid event.
Okay.
That's going to be for back in my state. It's a free people that are doing amazing organizations like that.
What's the event?
And many others show their support in terms of funding and financing the activities of the event. We've had beautiful events.
Okay, so now I know that none of this business will thrive without challenges. How do you do it?
Well, as a human being, that type of because you are a startup, they actually want you to give them that time. So part of what I do is I look a certain way in the eyes of the. Apart from that, the moment you get a little, it's just tough doing business in this country. But you know what? I told myself that you just need to choose your heart. Everything is hard in life. Business is hard. Not doing business is hard. Because I can't imagine myself begging for money like constantly.
Opportunity to get just ask.
Entire work and try to
just ask.
Entire work and try to get the kind of people that will pay for everything is hard. You just need to choose your heart.
Okay, so going back to
yes,
I want to finish my money. I
need to not finish just today.
Okay, so Haja, what is your final call to, because our time has had in children.
Every parent should understand that children are a responsibility and do what is right and their later life or even present life.
Okay. Sorry, before we round up, you spoke about having the same Wayfair event for another program specific Esther.
Like you are a parent that have a
bringing your child.
Your own children. So it's music. See you.